The National Democratic Congress continues to kick against the Electoral Commission's decision to rerun parliamentary elections in the disputed Abokobi Women Development Center 2 polling station in the Dome-Kwabena constituency of the Greater Accra region. Commenting on the decision by the EC, the Greater Accra regional organizer of the NDC, Nkpuenu, raised serious concerns about the safety of electoral officers, emphasizing that the community is resolute in their stance and warned against any attempts to use police or military force to intimidate the people of Abokobi. Nkpuenu has joined me here in the studio for a further conversation. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us here in the studio.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me in your studio.
Right. First of all, tell us your concerns and why is the party kicking against the EC's decision to rerun the election for the Abokobi Women's Development Center 2?
Thank you very much. Greetings to your cherished viewers. In the first place, using the word we kicking against, we are not kicking against anything. We are standing by principles of reasonability. We are a political organization. We operate within a law, and the law is put together by reasonable people. In the application of the law, you don't tend to apply it at the whims and caprices of your emotions. Why are we here? We are here because we've all gathered our tools to go for fishing. After fishing, you have to see how best you trade your fish. The people of this country have gone to fishing, and they've harvested John Mahama and the NDC overwhelmingly. So for some individuals to think that it is about them, and for that matter, the will of the people should not matter, it becomes a challenge to the country, not the NDC. What we are asking Jane Mensah-led administration to do is that respect the will of the people. The decision you are sitting in your office to take is only going to degenerate this country into unnecessary tension. You've been in this business for long. Whenever there is a by-election, what are the outcomes? Every political party marshal its human resource and other accoutrement to that place. It tends to become a situation where Ghanaians sitting far away, even Burkina Faso, and are concerned. Why do we finish this election? Look at how this election came by, the tensions. But God have given us a victory that is almost uniting the country. Why will you sit in Ridge and be determining a polling station? You crafted a law and gave your powers to a presiding officer and a returning officer.
Right.
If you think their actions are in violation to your law, deal with them. Don't use that single act to create an easy tension within the community.
Well, in this case, they are saying they used incorrect sheets.
Did I provide the incorrect sheets? Whose administration provided the incorrect sheet to the public officers? So people sitting at the headquarters should be ashamed of themselves for allowing their administration to have incorrect sheets for an entry of correct results. If they are challenged that the result was overvoting and whatever, that would be okay. But you are asking people to go and re-vote because your officers that you incompetently recruited and your irresponsibility as officers to give them wrong sheets have entered right results on wrong sheets. So for that matter, people should suffer. Well, you see, this matter, we are not even dragging it. As I said,
right.
Our national officers hasn't given a green light. We are a region.
But you've been mentioning that the people of Abokobi are not going to participate in the elections, and you've also said that the safety
of people who will be deployed to go and conduct that is not guaranteed.
What exactly do you mean by that?
It means that you are hired to do a temporary job for EC. These people who are pushing you to go to Abokobi to go and undertake an exercise have MOACs and military accoutrement guarding them in their homes. I've just placed simple analogy. J. Mensah should go there, sit by a table, and check the list of voters. Boss Mansari should use the BVD to verify the voters. Tete should be issuing the ballot paper. And Srebo Kwaku should be applying the ink. Therefore, they should go and sit there and conduct this exercise.
But that's not possible.
Then they should stop it. whichever officer you accept this, excuse me to say, useless opportunity, you will not even enter Abokobi. I'm telling you, they won't enter.
Are you threatening them?
I'm not threatening, but I'm cautioning. Because you see, that event is for people to go and look for their livelihood. And you are subjecting them to come and re-vote for what? When their vote stands, but your paper is incorrect, go and deal with your paper. When you even look at the law, what is the rerun of this election? How significant is it? Nkpuenu won that polling station over 200 and something votes. Michael Kwe had 144. We will always win that polling station any day, but will not subject ourselves to irresponsibility of the state. We can't continue having these things in this country. Let's not look at the NDC as if we are being recalcitrant or we are being evasive. There has been an administration of election management that has caused so much pain in this country. I heard you asking somebody that people are asking for. We are not asking for that. We will smoke them with this thing, gunpowder.
How do you respond to people who say that such statements
have you gone to Bela chasing people? Have you seen people chasing Bela before? When you go to the voter region right now, you see people setting fire. And when the smoke enter the hole, the Belas, do you know Bela? Rats.
No, I don't.
They'll start coming out.
Your statements could be inciting violence.
I'm not inciting any violence. You see, we are encouraging indiscipline in this country. When you are a public officer, you swear by a constitution to protect the integrity of this country. At this juncture, I don't see anybody to tell me that it's reasonable for electoral commission to determine that a rerun of a polling station is significant to the outcome of an election. And this moribund peace council, they are quiet. When they subjected us to go and sign a peace pact, they are quiet looking at this thing. Do we know the tension? Because NPP will mobilize all their marshals. I also mobilize my marshals. One vote can set fire in this country. One vote can set fire in this country. Is that what we want? All this are happening because these verdicts of the people of Ghana, the president of the nation is not happy. He's still in cahoots with some security forces to do all this kind of machination.
How do you confirm this?
How do I confirm it? I'm confirming it on the grounds that the very era or time this whole declaration of recoalition started was a way to create the NDC to react, for them to respond. Look, what they did at Reach. We have more men that we can marshal to go and confront the police and the military. But what would have been the outcome? Death, maiming of people, bloodshed. Is that what we want as a country? For Akufo-Addo and his government to use that as a platform to call for a state of emergency, put President Mahama under house arrest, start arresting with the leadership of the party. Would that flee our members out of jurisdiction? What has he done? He has succeeded in maintaining power through the military. We are more reasonable and we have wisdom more than them. That's why we have been able to step in to call all our men to base. Now look, Ghanaians have spoken. We need to mark this time and watch what God will do till on the 7th for a peaceful handover.
So
we've crossed all those barriers.
The Dome Kwabena
yes.
issue, what exactly is the party going to do moving forward?
We are not participating today, tomorrow, forever. And any officer that takes that contract, I will repeat it, your safety and security is not guaranteed.
But that's a serious statement.
Well, those who have ears should be listening and apply wisdom.
Don't you think you should rather seek legal action
I will not waste my time in any Ghanaian court. I won't.
Now, a lot of people have been saying that the NDC is often associated with violence. How do you respond to that?
That is their wish or that is their view and thinking. We are very peace-loving people. We don't take life for granted. We are always at the forefront of protecting the lives of Ghanaians. But we will also not at the same time allow few people to run us over as if we don't have thinking gumption. We need to protect the security of this state today. Matters to the NDC more than anybody. Because you have 4 years to govern a country. Will you throw the baby and the bathing water away? That is why we are safeguarding the baby. So that small water that is around him, that is dirty, which is Nana Akufo-Addo and his government, J. Mensah and his administration, and those within the judiciary, and those few ones within the security sector, we will gather them and find a nice place to bury them there. We will not allow them to kill the baby for us. The baby Ghana matters to us. The torture they've done to the baby Ghana is enough. We will protect it. But those few miscreants within the government sector, from the presidency, from the security services, from the judiciary, from the electoral commission, we cannot allow them to continue living with reasonable people in this country. They must find their space.
Now, the electoral commission is open to negotiations.
We are not negotiating anything. You can't have an overwhelming majority in parliament, have over 57% of the people's verdict, and go and negotiate with who? Negotiate with who? Jane Mensah. Your days are numbered. You should come and negotiate what? You see, I'm speaking this way because, you see, the pain in people that we are managing, for people to not to run agog, not to go on rampage, and getting all these things to be stabilized after 2-3 weeks of declaration, and still people continue to infuriate people. It becomes disheartening. What do we want as a country? What do we want? This overwhelming victory, can't it humble us? That all your machinations, setting up all the kind of things you did, using money, using the state power, using the security against the opposition, an overwhelming verdict has been splashed in your face. Can't you be humble for a day? What does the president outgoing want? Why? J. Mensah, your incompetence from day one that you were appointed have manifested that we've accommodated it. Right. These few days, what is your problem? Abokobi, women's, whatever will not be rerun.